Hello, thank you for joining me for this tutorial about how to install a Kali Linux virtual machine on a Windows computer using VirtualBox. This process was designed to easily show almost any user with average computer skills the process to install the VirtualBox hypervisor on their computer and attach a pre-built Kali Linux virtual machine into that VirtualBox. This process should especially be of interest to anyone pursuing a degree in information security, but it'll also interest anyone pursuing any information technology degree. And because the process is so fast and easy, some other people with an interest in Linux may also be interested in trying this out. What's required for this process? Like I said, a user with average computer skills should find this easy. You'll need administrative access to your Windows computer. The computer will need to have at least 20 gigs of available hard drive space and at least 2 gigs of memory. I highly recommend that you have at least 50 gigs of hard drive space and at least 4 gigs of available memory. This tutorial will show you how to check that before we begin. And the process will take about a half an hour with a 100 megabit per second internet connection and an average i5 Windows computer. What's Kali Linux? Kali Linux is an open source Debian-based Linux distribution that's aimed at advanced penetration testing and security auditing. It's definitely the Linux distro that is most commonly used by those folks that are in information security. And what's VirtualBox? VirtualBox, it has the definition there from the manufacturer, but a simpler definition is just that VirtualBox is an application that allows a user to interact with a completely different operating system as if it was the operating system that's installed on that computer. And those operating systems that you install or virtual machines are referred to as guest, and the host is referred to as the computer that you're actually running those guest operating systems on. You'll hear me refer to a virtual machine as a VM throughout this video. And then what is 7-zip? I'm going to help you to install 7-zip. It's just a free application that can be used to unzip 7Z files. The Kali Linux pre-built virtual machine that we download is compressed into a 7Z file, and so we'll use 7-zip to extract that. And then here's some dangers and warnings. All the software that's in this tutorial is covered by a GNU GPL or LGPL or a PUEL license. And the general idea of those licenses is that they're free for personal use. As long as you're not going to redistribute it, then you don't have anything to worry about for licensing. There's a slim but always present danger that installing any program on your computer could cause a problem. It's always a good idea to have backups, and of course myself nor the providers of the applications that you download would be liable for any problems that you may have. And if the performance of your computer is not acceptable when you're running the software, then I'll show you a way that you can try to determine specifically what the culprit is, but your only remedy may be to not use or to uninstall the software if it's not running well. And then, of course, there's legal issues. Make sure that the computer that you're using, that you have the rights to install software on there, not just the administrative rights, but whoever owns the computer, make sure they're okay with you installing software. And then the penetration testing applications that are included with Kali Linux can be intrusive and they can cause disruptions to other computers. So just make sure that you have permission to use those on any networks or systems before you begin using them. And here's the steps that we're going to cover in this tutorial. First, we're going to verify that your computer has enough memory and hard drive space. We're going to download and install 7-zip on your computer. We're going to download the Kali Linux pre-built VirtualBox. We're going to download the VirtualBox hypervisor and extension pack. We're going to unzip and attach the Kali Linux pre-built VirtualBox VM. We're going to show you some ways that you can change some of the options for your VirtualBox. And then we're going to power on the VM and log in. And the last thing we're going to do is change the default password for your new VM. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing we're going to do is take a look at hard drive space. So I'm going to press Windows key E to bring up the Windows Explorer. And then if I just click on this PC, then I can see my local disk C here, and it has 101 gigs. Like I said, you want to make sure that you have at least 20, but preferably 50. So I've got plenty of space here on my C drive, so I can just close that out. And then I'm going to bring up the Windows Task Manager to check the memory on this computer. And that's Control Shift Escape is the easy way to bring that up. And you may already have the More Details tab open, but if you don't, if you see this one, just click More Details, and then click on the Performance tab. And here it shows the current amount of memory that's being used as well as the total amount of memory. Then you can see your available memory right here. It looks like I've got over 18 gigs, so I've got plenty. And again, we want to make sure that at minimum this is 2, but really you should have at least 4. The more memory you have available, the better off it's going to be, the better it's going to run. So got plenty of memory here, so I'm going to go ahead and close that down. And then we're going to go ahead and download and install 7-Zip on your computer. And all the applications that I'm going to download, the links for those will be in the description of this video. And I'm using Google Chrome to download the software applications. If you're using a different browser, the spots where you'll have to click in order to open up the applications after they download will vary. But if you're on Chrome, it'll probably look a lot like what I've got here. So I'm just going to click in, I'm going to type in download 7-Zip. And then click on download here on the 7-zip.org. And then I'm going to click download on the top one, the 64-bit Windows. That's going to download extremely quick. And now that it's downloaded, I could just click here to go ahead and run that application. Now you can't see this screen, but it's asking me if I want to allow this app to make changes to my device. And I'm just going to click yes. And then just install and close. And so that's downloaded. And then the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and download the pre-built virtual machine. And that's going to take a while to download. So while that's downloading, we'll go ahead and install VirtualBox. So to get the Kali Linux VM, you just type in download Kali Linux. Click on the kali.org get Kali link. Once you're there, you'll click on the recommended button under virtual machines and click on the download button next to VirtualBox. And that'll start that download. Now, while that's downloading, we can go ahead and start getting the VirtualBox hypervisor and the extension pack. So I'm just type in download VirtualBox. Then I can click on the downloads Oracle VM VirtualBox. And there, I can just click on Windows Host, and it'll start that download. That won't take very long to download at all. And then also on this same page is where we'll get the VirtualBox extension pack. But we want to finish downloading or installing VirtualBox hypervisor first. So now that that's done, I can just click up there on my download, and I see VirtualBox there. Just click on that. Once again, I'm going to have to click on yes that I want this application to make changes to my computer. And then I'm just going to go with all the default options. Just keep on clicking on next, yes, yes, install. And once that's installed, it's going to automatically launch. And after it's launched, then I can go ahead and install the extension pack. You probably saw that it created that shortcut on my desktop to open up the application. All right, then I just click on finish here. And the application automatically opened. Awesome. And then now we'll go ahead and just click on the extension pack, all supported platforms button. And that'll start that download, which will also be very quick. And now that that's done, go ahead and click there. And I see the extension pack here, and just click on that to install it. And here it says I'm about to install the extension pack, and I'm just going to click on install. For the license agreement, you have to scroll to the bottom to get the I agree button. And there, now that's installed. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause the video while I finish downloading the Kali Linux VirtualBox. Okay, I am back and that download is complete. Now I can just click on my downloads here and I see the Kali Linux VirtualBox there. Now I'm just going to click on Show in Folder. And there I see the Kali Linux 7Z file. Now I'm just going to right click on that, point to 7-zip. Then I'm going to click on the extract to that ends with a backslash, and that's going to create a folder by that name. And it's going to place the extracted files into that folder. And that's going to take a while to extract, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video until that's complete. Okay, I'm back, and now that that's finished extracting, I see a folder here inside my downloads folder. And if I look in there, I can see that the files have been extracted in there. So I'm done there. I can go ahead and close that window out. And I'm done with my browser since I'm done with all the downloads now. Close that out. And now back to the VirtualBox Manager. I could just go ahead and click on Add. And now I just need to browse to that folder that I extracted the pre-built Kali Linux virtual machine into, which is in Downloads. Then select the VBox file. And now it's been added in there. You can see that it's powered off here. And then I told you that I was going to show you how to change some of the options for that VM. So if you just right click on that and click on Settings, there's a lot of different settings in here, and you're welcome to look through that, and you can see all the different things that you can change on this virtual machine. But if you look in System, you'll see right here is how you change the memory. You can either type in a number or click the up arrow, or you can use the slider. The green section here signifies the amount of memory that you actually could allot to this virtual machine. The 2 gigs that's included with the image, or that's automatically selected for the image, is probably enough for most activities. But if you start doing some more advanced stuff with your Kali Linux installation, you may want to increase the memory. So that's where you would do that. So I'm just going to click OK there for now. And then we're going to go ahead and power up this VM. So just click on Start there, and it will start powering it up. Now, while it's powering up, I'll go ahead and mention to you that the username and the password, the default username and password, are Kali and Kali. So Kali, Kali, all lowercase. And you'll see me use those here in just a moment. And then we're also going to show you how to change that default password. As a IT person or a security professional, you'll know that you absolutely should change default passwords right away. So that should be one of the first things that you do when you first use a device that has a default password, is change the default password. Now that it's loading up, this extra box here that's over part of the screen is the information window. And you can click here on the notification center button, and that will make that go away. And then you'll also notice down here in the lower right hand corner of the screen that it says write control. And what that's signifying is that our host key is the write control key. And in order to change between full screen mode and just windowed mode, like what it's in right now, you'll press that right control key and the letter F. It'll come up and tell you that when you switch to full screen mode, that you'll have to press the host key plus F again. I don't want to see that message again, so I'll check that box. And then now I can put it in full screen mode. And as soon as I log in, it'll actually take up the entire screen. Once again, I'll get rid of that. So the username Kali, the password Kali. And there we go. Now it is loading the desktop for the first time for me. And again, that right control F is how I could change it back to a windowed mode or back to the full screen mode. All right, and now we're just going to change that default password. The terminal is right here, and you can just click on that to bring that up. The command to change the password is PASSWD. You just press enter, and it wants to know the current password, which is Kali, and the new password, which is, and you see it's been updated successfully. All right, awesome. And so, the conclusion, here's what we covered. You should now understand how to download, install, and start using the Kali Linux pre-built VM on a Windows computer. If you have questions or problems, I'm happy to try to answer them or point you in the right direction. You can leave a comment for me below. And a link to all the software that we used in this tutorial, as well as a link to download this PowerPoint presentation, are all available in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to providing more tutorials and informational videos like this in the future. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please click on the like button below. And if you click on subscribe below, you'll be one of the first to find out when I do release new content. Again, thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.